Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway. It's been about a month or so since the opening practice session or testing session, however you want to look at it, has been uploaded. But now with Christmas and New Year's and everything out of the way, we can finally get this season started here. And I'm very excited about this, for the very first race here in the NRSL Dr. Pepper Cup Series. My name is Kyle Matthews, and I am going to be the voice of this series all season long. And I'm just really excited about getting this season underway. Looking through the starting lineup, on the pole for today's race is the number 46 Superflow Motor Oil Chevrolet, driven by Joshua Osborne. This is one of the Days of Thunder cars, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do in this series. Alongside is the number 98 Bojangles Ford of Nathan Hudson. Right, he'll be starting alongside in row number 1. Row number 2 on the inside, you have Gene Sanford driving in the number 10 Purolator Chevrolet, the car that went to victory lane in 1990 for the Daytona 500. And alongside her will be the number 68 Country Time Lemonade Ford of DJ Harris. Another fail on my part there. Row number 3 on the inside, and the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford is Jessica Shelton, and alongside her is the number 26 Quaker State Buick of James Qualls. Row number 4, you have the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet of Charles Sanford, and alongside him is the number 33 of Ash Curtis in the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Row number 5 is the number 41 Kellogg Chevrolet of Jeff Arndt, and rounding out the top 10 is the number 88 of Austin LaPlante. I'm going to go through the rest of the field here, see where you're starting here. And the final row consists of Warren Keith and Caitlin Sang. So that is it for pre-race. We're going to get things going here. Here comes the command to start the engines here at Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines have fired, cars rolling off pit road, getting onto the racetrack here. And all 42 cars have started, and that's always good news. Boy, looking through this field, you have a good mix of veteran drivers here, and also got some drivers that are not so well known looking to make a name for themselves in this series. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be an experienced veteran or a newcomer going to victory lane here at Daytona? It is anybody's race, and I expect a very competitive race here. A lot of lead changes, and it's really going to come down to who's in the right place at the right time. But if I had to pick, make any predictions on who would go to victory lane, there's one car in particular I would look at, and it's the 3 of Michael Norman. And I say this because he's had a lot of success on the super speedways and various in our 2003 series, and plus he's in the number 3 car at Daytona. It's hard to bet against that, but in all honesty, it's anybody's race. So we're going to see what happens here today. Getting ready to go green here. Cars in the middle of turns 3 and 4. The field will be led by the number 46 of Joshua Osborne, a veteran of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. In fact, the former champion over in that series. Nathan Hudson, another NR 2003 veteran, alongside. So we're going to see what happens here at Daytona. Pace car lights are out. And the pace car pulls off the track. Starter has the green flag in hand. The green flag is waving, and the season is on here at Daytona. Osborne has the lead on the back straightaway here. Jessica Shelton looking to the inside of Jean Sanford for the second spot, with drafting help from her good friend Charles Sanford right behind her. Now she's looking to the inside of Osborne for the race lead. Who's going to lead this first lap? Give it to Jessica Shelton in the car 28. Osborne on the outside. There's Charles Sanford right behind Shelton. Jeff Arndt, the 41, closing in as well as Sanford now looks to the inside for the race lead. Oh, Jeff Arndt going to make it 3 wide here. That didn't take long at all, only 1 lap into it. Number 41, Kellogg Chevrolet looking to the inside for the race lead as Jessica Shelton's on the outside with no help. Here comes James Qualls on the inside and the number 26, Quaker State Buick. Ace Rogers in the number 8 up there as well as Arndt will clear him for the race lead. 3 wide for second between Shelton, Sanford, and Qualls. Now Sanford going to be stuck in the middle here. No, he's able to get back to the inside. James Qualls to second spot. Jeff Arndt will lead lap number 2. Now James Qualls looking to the inside, the man who runs the Castrol GTX Cup Series and who has used the Cup 90 mod a lot in that series, so you'd expect Qualls to be very competitive in this series. He jumps out to the lead, but he jumps out to a pretty big lead here, and that's not always a good thing here at Daytona. As Charles Sanford remains in the second spot, drafting help from the 8 of Ace Rogers. Now Rogers jumps to the inside of Sanford for the second spot. J.J. Kelly right there in the 21 Wood Brothers Ford. He's in the picture along with 42 of Kyle Matthews. Now Ace Rogers goes to the inside of Qualls for the race lead. He's going to lead lap number 3. We've completed 3 laps and have had 3 different leaders so far. Now J.J. Kelly goes to the inside of Ace Rogers. Help from Kyle Matthews right there in the 42. Joshua Sekeli right there in the 71 behind him. And there's Carson Gum also in the picture right there in the Burger King Ford. Now Sekeli going to the inside of Matthews for the second spot. Austin LaPlante going to go with him, providing the drafting help. As it remains J.J. Kelly out front. Now Sekeli to the inside in the number 71 Co-Star Chevrolet. Looks like he's going to lead this lap with Austin LaPlante giving drafting help, and Daniel Lincoln, the 34 as well up there. Four laps, 4 different leaders, much like what I expected here. Now Daniel Lincoln, the 34, making his NR 2003 debut of any series. He's going to go to the lead here. William Brock in the number 4 Kodak Chevrolet right behind him. Ace Rogers was able to get back to the inside line very quickly here. That's what you want to do here at Daytona. Want to keep it on the bottom if you can, as William Brock goes to the inside for the race lead. See Ace Rogers right there in second. Tristan Wilhoit driving for Bud Moore. He's in the 3rd spot. Dylan Young behind him in the number 2 as William Brock leads this lap. Looking in the back of the field here, there's Jonathan Zorline in the 25. You see Zach Flickinger in the 6. Alex Wheeler back there in the 90. Michael Norman in the 3. This could be just strategy. Waiting it out, waiting for the right time to move to the front. Warren Keith in the 44. There's Kyle Keith in the 11. Keith Batson in the 39. And Seth Cole in the 52 also back here. Along with Caitlin Sang and Gene Sanford, who started up front, has fallen back. Back up front now, Tristan Wilhoit with the race lead, but for not very long, here comes Dylan Young. He's going to lead this lap, with Zach Rogers right behind him in the 51 Exxon Chevrolet this week. Now Rogers moves to the inside of Young for the race lead. Drafting help from Emmanuel Hartman in number 17 Tide Chevrolet. See Zach Rogers now. J.D. Burkhart making her presence felt. She goes to the inside of Emmanuel Hartnett for the 2nd spot. There's Nathan Hudson, the outside pole sitter's made his way back to the bottom as Burkhart looks for the race lead. J.D. Burkhart, the number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet this week. You'll also see the Hardee's colors on that car. from the movie Days of Thunder as well, so some split sponsorship there for that team. Nathan Hudson moved his way back to the second spot. Right now with DJ Harris. But here comes Dylan Thoreau in the 7 Xerox Ford. Looking to the inside of Hudson for the second spot. He's going to get it. Now looking to the inside of Burkhart for the race lead is Dylan Thoreau. Parker Gordon in the number 16 behind him, providing drafting help, along with Andrew Rich and Matt McIntyre in the 43. And it continues here. 8 laps, 8 different leaders, and boy, oh boy, this is going to be some shootout here. The way this is looking, clean and green. And now here comes Andrew Rich in the number 94 Sunoco Oldsmobile. He'll go to the front with drafting help from Matt McIntyre in the 43. But how long will that lead last? Here comes McIntyre. Puts the famous Richard Petty colors out in front here. To go on board with Matt McIntyre, looking back at the 22 of JT Bryant. Maxwell House colors right there as McIntyre leads that lap. Look, comes Joey Newell in the 14. Looking to the JT Bryant now putting the Maxwell House Ford out front. Drafting help coming from Johnny Gardner in the 75. DJ Curtis in the 1 up there as well. Got the 5 of John Arndt as Matt McIntyre nearly getting into the wall there. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be Johnny Gardner in the number 75 with help from the 1 car. Now Gardner gets moved to the outside. Here comes DJ Curtis in the number 1 Skull Classic Oldsmobile. Help from John Arndt in the number 5. See Carson Gum back up there in the 85 Burger King Ford. Dylan Young has made his way back to the bottom and back up here as well. John Arndt in number 5 now moving to the inside of DJ Curtis for the race lead. Help from Dylan Young. See Daniel Link has made his way back up there in the number 34, and there's Levi McIntyre. Who's going to lead this lap? It is John Arndt, just barely over Dylan Young, as Young takes his turn back out front here. No driver has led multiple laps here this afternoon, and it's going to be hard to do that. Now Daniel Link looking to lead a lap in his first ever race in NR 2003. Another paint scheme made famous in Days of Thunder, the Aldo Benedetti car. As Link goes out front, help from Levi McIntyre. Ash Curtis in the 33. Well, that lead ain't going to last long for Daniel Link as McIntyre goes to the inside. Levi McIntyre, the man that runs the NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, he's looking to lead this lap, and here comes Ash Curtis at the line. McIntyre just barely again here. As Ash Curtis puts the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile out in front, DJ Harris in second spot. Joshua Sakuli right there in third. As DJ Harris goes back to the front. Some more cars getting back into the picture here. I see the 21 of J.J. Kelly, the 18 of J.D. Burkhart, 98 Nathan Hudson, and the 28 of Jessica Shelton as well. And here comes the pole sitter Joshua Osborne sneaking back up there as well. Joshua Sakuli puts the Dave Marcus car out in front now. It's J.J. Kelly looking to the inside, nothing doing there. Sakuli will lead that lap. Getting down to it here, this race has really flown by. Clean and green and very competitive. It's J.D. Burkhart now moving her way back up to the front, looking to the inside of the 71 for the race lead. Drafting help coming from Nathan Hudson and Jessica Shelton as well. Burkhart's going to get the lead. Now Nathan Hudson looking to the inside. Can he get alongside her? Yes, he can. Jessica Shelton, no. I thought Shelton was going to go with him. She moves to the outside, and Burkhart will lead. I believe Burkhart is the first driver to lead 2 laps here this afternoon. Right there, Joshua Osborne, the pole sitter, getting back into it to second spot. Now looking to side by side for the race lead. Andrew Rich providing the drafting help there in the 94. And he's going to get the lead. There's Carson Gum. Jeff Arndt now back in the picture. A couple cars we saw in the back here not too long ago. Warren Keith in the 44, Alex Wheeler in the 90. They're moving their way up front. And here at the right time, Andrew Rich now will take the lead from the 46 of Osborne. Drafting help coming from Carson Gum in the 85. Now Carson going to the inside. Puts the Burger King Ford out front for right now. Jeff Arndt back up to second spot. There's Ash Curtis now looking to the inside of Arndt for the second position. Might get the lead here if Gum leaves the bottom open, and he does. Curtis side by side, drafting help coming from Warren Keith in the 44. There's Alex Wheeler in the 90. Daniel Link making his way back up there again here. Pretty impressive run for that 34 car in his first ever race in NR 2003. As Ash Curtis leads that lap, Alex Wheeler now side by side with Warren Keith for the second spot, now looking to the inside of Curtis for the race lead. These drivers are getting a good run coming off that corner right there. As Alex Wheeler puts the Junie Dunleavy Ford out front, but for how long? Here comes Daniel Link. Help from DJ Curtis on the bottom. After trying hard all race long, it looks like Link might finally lead a lap here. But here comes DJ Curtis at the line. Daniel Link. Coming down here, 3 laps to go already. DJ Curtis now out in front. Zach Rogers has moved his way up there, and there's Michael Norman in the 3 car. Talked about him in the pre-race. He knows how to get around these super speedways. As Zach Rogers now goes to the inside of DJ Curtis for the race lead. Michael Norman thinking about making it 3 wide. Not going to be quite 3 wide, but Norman's going to go to the front. Help from Kyle Keith, William Brock up there. There's Charles Sanford putting himself in the picture. Now Kyle Keith looking to the inside of Michael Norman, and Keith will lead this lap here. 2 laps to go here in Daytona. Who is it going to be? Kyle Keith the race leader, but here comes William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Chevrolet, a team that historically in NASCAR has been strong on the super speedways, and they're showing it here. So they're coming to the white flag. Charles Sanford now to the bottom. Help from J.D. Burkhart, and here comes Caitlin Sang in the 31. Haven't seen that car up here all race long. But they're up front when it counts here. Sanford now to the front. Burkhart to second. As they're coming to get the white flag. Here comes J.D. Burkhart now to the inside of Sanford. And Burkhart will lead the lap. White flag, 1 lap to go. Who's it going to be here at Daytona? Burkhart to the outside. Here comes Caitlin Sang. Here comes Seth Cole. We haven't seen him up here all race long. He's up front when it counts. Sang moving to the outside. Here comes Seth Cole. And his familiar number 52. Cole will go to the front here on the last lap. Can Seth Cole hold him off? Off corner number 4, Emmanuel Hartnett looking to the inside. Can he make a move? Here comes Hartnett. Oh, this is going to be close. Here we go. At the line, Seth Cole has won the Daytona 500. Just barely over Emmanuel Hartnett. Wow, what an exciting finish here. Seth Cole out of nowhere picks up the win here at Daytona. Wow, what a way to start out the NRSL Dr. Pepper Cup Series. Congratulations to Seth Cole becoming the inaugural winner in this series and taking home the Daytona 500. Take a look at your finishing results. We saw Emmanuel Hartnett coming up just short of picking up the win. He'll come home second spot. Good run for James Qualls. He'll come home in third. Joshua Sikoli finishing fourth, and J.J. Kelly rounds out the top five. Caitlin Sang, Ash Curtis, J.D. Burkhart, Warren Keith, and Charles Sanford round out the top 10. As you look through we go through the rest of the field here, see where you finished. All the way down to Matt McIntyre coming home and finishing last, unfortunately. Man, some big names down there at the bottom of the running order. Jessica Shelton, 35th. Keith Batson, 38th. There, Matt McIntyre last, as I said. Joshua Osborne, the pulse hitter, was 31st. Tristan Wilhoit coming home 34th. Nathan Hudson, 33rd. He was up front for quite a bit of this race as well, but just got shuffled back in the pack. That's just the nature of the beast here at Daytona. As I will export this. Well, there you have it. The Daytona 500 is complete. Congratulations once again to Seth Cole for taking home the Daytona 500 and winning the inaugural race here in the NRSL Dr. Pepper Cup Series. So until next week at Rockingham, I will see everybody later.